Hello and welcome to the show. We are back here on Forza Horizon 4 with another hill climb build. Another car is going to tackle the Fortune Island hill climb stage. That vehicle is a Porsche. The 911, this is the 73. There we go, 73 Carrera RS. Now, chances for this car, well, it does stand a pretty good shout of going quick for a rear-wheel drive vehicle. I don't think we'll take on the 340R, I'll be honest. I don't think much will. However, the advantage this car has is, well, the wide body kit and the very, very wide tyres that go with it. That is good. The downside to the car is it's probably not going to have as much power as I want it to have in A-Class. But rear engine, well, we got 3 3.5s at the back. Plenty of traction, propelling it out of the corners, and 265s at the front. So yeah, pretty good basically. We've got a nice combination of handling bits. Now we can't have a front splitter on the car. I don't know whether the wide body kits, some body kits you can get extra bits for. We can certainly get the downforce at the rear. The wide tyres are better than a front splitter will be, so we'll go for that regardless. It might get some downforce from the front with this kit. We will, of course, get some race brakes, much needed. We will get some race suspension and all the handling bits and pieces that we can. We will have the roll cage in here. I'll get the weight reduction as well. It's not a massive... They can't do much with this car. Down to £2,400. It's not terrible in terms of the weight. And then we will go and grab a diff. Maybe one of the gearboxes will drop us some PI. That one does. That one doesn't, so let's go for that. It saves us some. And then we try and get whatever horsepower we can out of the car. Dropping weight, you know, with the exhaust and so on if we can. It's... Power to weight ratio is okay. It's not the greatest we've ever seen. I mean, of course, you always want the cars as light as possible for this hill climb stage, but yeah, we're not going to be getting it much. I mean, it's almost 300 horsepower. It's 300 horsepower with some very, very big tyres, which is, at the end of the day, kind of not too bad. Kind of not too bad. I'm hoping we will have enough grip for all of the, well, nasty corners on our hill climb stage to maybe make some decent time. And that is the Porsche ready to go. Unless we can fit a clutch in, which we can't. 293 horsepower, 250 torque, fairly light, big tyres. Let's see if it can go quickest, well, second quickest of the rear-wheel drive cars. So, here we are on the start line with our 911, the first of its 3 runs up our hill climb stage. Now, I don't have much luck with classic 911s, I'll be honest. You might recognise this car. Certainly I ran it in a soapbox race. It didn't quite pan out there. However, we have run the 911 Turbo up this course, and that is currently the second fastest rear-wheel drive car. 125.3 is the time to beat. Of course, big rear tyres, engine at the back should help with traction out of these corners. That's where the all-wheel drive cars are so immensely fast, is because you can just boot it out of all of these corners without any issues whatsoever. Theoretically speaking, the 911 might be able to do a similar thing. Certainly, there is no oversteer from this car whatsoever. Now, it isn't immensely powerful, which will help it in some regards, but we can be very, very aggressive with the vehicle. There's actually a very good amount of front-end grip. I could probably even be a little faster through there. Can we be flat? Not many cars can be, and the answer to that is no, we cannot be flat through there. It's close. Just the tiniest of lifts on the way in is going to be required. 93 miles an hour up here. It's pretty good. Again, I might even get away with a smidge later on the brakes there. Although I wouldn't want to push my luck too much. It's very easy to think, oh yeah, I can get away a little bit later and later on the brakes, and it's a nasty corner. It's a nasty corner, and the temptation to be that little bit braver often ends up with you in the Armco barrier on the outside, or falling off the mountain. We've seen that before as well. So yeah, we'll probably not go for that as we run towards the final couple of hairpins. It's looking pretty quick for the vehicle. I think I might have not quite got to the limits of this. I think we've been a little cautious in a couple of places. It's really nice just to be able to go flat out of those corners. 26.2 on the first run. Not quite as fast, perhaps, as I was expecting it there. Yeah, there's more speeds to come. There's more speed to come. So, we are on to our second attempt with the car. I think I need to be a little bit braver. I think there's a couple of places I could have pushed the car a little bit more on that previous run and get a little bit more speed out of it. We're certainly not going to be challenging the 340R up here. We might struggle actually to get near the 911 Turbo. It's going to be, I think, fairly close. If I can get everything right with this, we will maybe be okay. We'll see though. It's certainly a good car to drive up here. I've got no real complaints about it. I think maybe it's just lacking a little bit of acceleration compared to some of the fast vehicles that have gone up here. It's certainly not lacking for traction. If you really drive like a muppet, you can just, the back end will just ever so slightly start to slip around, but it's nothing. It's nothing really, certainly not compared to some of the cars that have run up here. That was very close to missing the checkpoint. We got away with it though. Now a little lift on the way in. Oh, it might be on the throttle a little too soon. There's so much mid-corner speed through that section, it's just not quite as fast on the way out of the corner. There we go, nicely done. A nice sort of straight exit up this next section. Now, we've had cars struggle with this turn. In the Porsche, that's not even a corner. You don't worry about it in this car. Now, let's not crash across the gravel on the inside like we did last time, although getting to an apex would be a good idea somewhere, sometime soon. That, never mind. Yeah, we don't really quite have the acceleration in this car, but it makes up for it with immense grip through the corners. This is the problem, like the 340R. Had 200 and something horsepower and weighed 1,000 pounds less than this car, and that has acceleration and handling. The Porsche has just got handling. It's not slow, don't get me wrong. What is it going to be? Oh, it's quick. It's very, very quick indeed. It's starting to get closer to that 911 Turbo. We're at a 125.7. Ooh, we need about half a second. We need about half a second, but it is certainly, yeah, right up there. Well, this is the final chance for our Porsche. I am not sure how much more time I'm going to be able to find. Sorry, that last run was pretty damn good. There was no real glaring errors, and to try and find another half a second might not be quite so easy. That being said, it might just about be doable with this car. We might just about be able to sneak some time, but it's probably not going to be all that much. So yeah, it turns out the big wide-body Porsches are a very, very good choice. Big tyres, engine over the back for the traction. I guess you get a little bit of understeer is the trade-off for the traction, but it certainly works. It certainly works up this course. I think that's some of the fastest rear-wheel drive cars that we have here. That's a little bit wide through there, unfortunately. Can we? So we are tighter on the apex through there. Trying to get on the power, trying to stay almost flat through that section once we got it turned. Oh, that's a lock-up from the car. It's been scruffy. The problem is you just kind of need to try and find time somewhere here, which means being a bit braver in places where you don't know if you're going to quite have the grip to get away with it. I mean, that lock-up in the end didn't really cost us all that much. Well, it might have cost us a fraction. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. We didn't actually go skating off the circuit. We still got a fairly good exit. 2 more corners to go with our 911. Oh, I didn't mean to go down to first. That's probably blowing it. Yeah, it's a scruffy run. Did not actually mean to downshift that many. Around the last corner we go. Towards the finish line. It is. I think it actually went faster in all of that somehow. We did. We went 125.4. God damn it. If we hadn't downshifted one too many, we would probably have beaten the 911 Turbo. That was surprisingly quick in terms of a run up that course. Yeah, I did not think we were quite going to be doing that much. That is for sure, but there we go. Some bravery in a couple of sketchy places, and it kind of did the job. Yeah, as I said, wide body, 911s, excellent choices of cars for running up the hill climb stage. They cannot quite beat the all-wheel drive monsters that we have seen tackle the course, and they won't beat the 340R. That is an epic storm we have going on. Yeah, the vehicle will go into a 10th place. We will beat the Porsche Cayenne. It beats the 32 Ford Roadster, the NSX, the HDT Commodore. However, it doesn't quite beat the Quattro, the 911 Turbo, Jaguar F-Pace, the Evo 6. It's never going to be beating the Delta, the Skyline, those sort of times. It is, yeah, a fast vehicle up here. Truth be told, that final ride, if I hadn't missed a shift, we could have possibly beaten the Quattro and the 911 Turbo. It's very close around that area. It's certainly very, very comparable with those cars. Lovely, easy car to drive very quickly up that stage, but we're still a fair way off challenging the likes of the Quartz Regalia and the 340R. There's still a long way at the top of the leaderboard. That, though, is going to be it for this video. As ever, if you have requests for cars you would like to see run up the hill climb stage, please do leave them in the comments section. The most liked requests will have their vehicle run next time out, as long as it is a vehicle that fits within the class I have the money for and can get it if it's unlocked and so on. So, yeah, that'll be it for today. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.